Once upon a time, in a village set between two winding rivers, lived a young girl named Amina. She was known in the village not only for her beauty, but for her quiet wisdom. Villagers often came to her for advice because she had a kind heart and spoke gently. But Amina had one special quality that made her different from others. She never said anything bad about anyone, no matter what she saw or heard. Amina's village was full of mystery. It was a place where secrets were as thick as the shadows under the tall baobab trees, and where spoken words held great power. The village council, a group of older people who led the villagers, was both feared and respected. One of them was Mama Kemi, an elder woman whose name alone made people feel scared. It was said that Mama Kemi had dark powers, and those who dared to go against her often faced bad luck. Many believed she could bring harm with just a look, and the village quietly obeyed her. One day, Amina discovered a secret she had never wanted to know. As she walked by the meeting hut, she heard voices, sharp and low. Her curiosity grew, and she stopped, her heart beating fast as she understood what they were talking about. The council, led by Mama Kemi, had made a plan to take over the nearby village and its resources. Their intentions were cruel, driven by greed and the wish for power, and Amina felt a wave of fear. She knew the villagers would be shocked if they knew the truth, but she also knew that speaking out would put her in serious danger. That night, as she lay in bed, Amina's thoughts were restless like a stormy sea. She wanted to warn her family, friends and neighbors, but if she did, her life, and theirs, could be at risk. The image of Mama Kemi's sharp eyes stayed with her, and she shivered, thinking about what punishment might come if she went against the council. Her heart felt heavy, as if it was weighed down by all the words she couldn't say. The next morning, a traveling healer came to the village. He was a mysterious figure, dressed in robes that shimmered like moonlight, and his eyes showed deep wisdom. As he walked by Amina, he stopped and noticed the worried look in her eyes. Without saying anything, he gave her a small, worn needle and a spool of thin thread. "If you choose to stay quiet, let this be your reminder," he said in a voice as gentle as the evening breeze. Before she could reply, he disappeared into the crowd of villagers. Amina looked at the needle and thread, feeling a strange, cold certainty inside her. If she wanted to protect herself and the people she loved, she would have to make a sacrifice. She took the needle and with shaking hands began to sew her lips shut. Each prick of the needle hurt, but she kept going, determined. Her eyes filled with tears, but she didn't stop. By the time she was done, her lips were sealed, and even though it hurt a lot, a strong determination burned inside her. Days went by, and Amina's silence did not go unnoticed. Her family was worried, wondering why she had suddenly stopped talking. Her friends were anxious, encouraging her to speak and tell them what was wrong, but she could only reply with her sad, stitched smile. The villagers started to whisper, their curiosity growing as they noticed the strange marks around her mouth, the red threads that tied her voice. As time passed, Amina's silence became a strong symbol in the village. People began to question the council, wondering why such a kind girl would go to such extremes. Some villagers started to think that the council had done something awful to make Amina stay quiet. Even Mama Kemi noticed, watching Amina with narrowed eyes and sensing the growing unrest among the people. Amina's silent protest had become a light, bringing attention to the hidden cruelty of the council. One evening, Mama Kemi confronted Amina, her voice sharp and cold. "Why have you made yourself silent, child?" she demanded. Amina could not answer, her stitched lips a painful reminder of her promise. Mama Kemi's gaze was intense, but Amina stood her ground, her silent defiance speaking louder than any words. Furious, Mama Kemi accused her of being a witch, spreading rumors of a curse, trying to turn the villagers against her. But something had changed in the hearts of the people. The quiet defiance in Amina's eyes inspired them to pay closer attention to the council's actions and to question the fear that had kept them silent for so long. Slowly, others began to speak up, sharing stories of injustice and times when they had been treated unfairly. The power that Mama Kemi and the council had over the village started to weaken as the villagers came together in their distrust. As the council's hold weakened, Amina's father, a respected elder, stood up at a village gathering and confronted Mama Kemi. He spoke of Amina's kindness, her sacrifices, and the pain she had suffered. His voice trembled with emotion, and as he spoke, others joined him, raising their voices together in defiance. Mama Kemi, once feared, now stood alone, her power falling apart under the strength of the villagers' bravery. Finally, Mama Kemi was forced to leave, her dark influence driven away by the strength and unity of the people. The council broke apart, and a new era of leadership began, one based on fairness and mutual respect. The villagers turned to Amina, their silent hero, and begged her to remove the stitches, to let her voice be heard again in the village. With her family by her side, Amina carefully took out the thread, her fingers shaking as she unbound her lips. Her first words, though gentle, resonated powerfully in the hearts of those who listened. She spoke of love, resilience, and the strength of unity. Amina's sacrifice had saved them all, and her wisdom became a guiding light for future generations. The villagers never forgot the girl who had sewn her lips shut, and her story was shared as a reminder of the strength found in silent courage and the unbreakable bond of community. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this story and felt the excitement and emotions within it. If you liked it, please subscribe to our channel for more amazing tales. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and family who love stories too. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you for being here and for helping us keep these stories alive.